Just had a great conversation with a host of a leadership podcast, and she was talking about how does someone who's leading a team, leading employees, if there's been there's been a breach, there's been a betrayal within the company, how do you bounce back from something like that? And I said, well, there's no real bouncing back. It's earned back, and it's earned back in a few ways. Number one, that leader needs to have radical honesty. Own it. Own what happened. Own it. Be 100%, take 100% responsibility. There's no hiding behind the whole corporate thing like, oh, we had to do this. No, we didn't. You did something, and own it fully and completely. One of the biggest things also is you want to show that this version of you now sees the whole thing so clearly, because the bigger of a distance there is between the version of you now and the version of you who made those decisions, it creates a sense of safety for the team or the employees, because they're like, oh, this person gets it. So you want to look back and say, what I've learned from this experience is XYZ, whatever you learned. That creates that level of safety. What you don't want to do, you don't want to like be that false optimism thing, like, oh, this is going to be great. Give them time to grieve whatever it is they're experiencing. So that false optimism, yes, you're trying to lead them and inspire them, but they need to go through what they're going through. None of that false stuff. People read it, they smell it. It doesn't feel good at all. You also don't want to make any false promises. Do not. If you say it, you mean it. That's how you build trust. You want to also, you want to be sure that you're explaining what happened from a lens of, again, from honesty. The intention behind this was X, and this is what happened. But you want to say it in a way where you truly, truly understand how it failed or how it didn't land. One of the biggest things is, I think, let's say as a leader, you want to be perceived a certain way. So you don't want to seem like awkward or you just don't want that discomfort of having that honest conversation. But here's the thing. When someone has been betrayed, you tripping over your words a little bit is very helpful, because if you're so polished, you can't trust that. When someone is a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit awkward, tripping over their words, the other person is receiving it as, wow, this is important to them. They want to make sure that I understand. I matter enough that they're willing to be vulnerable and willing to be a little bit awkward and uncomfortable. And that gives them a level of safety and security. So when there has been some sort of betrayal in the workplace, you want to make sure that you're not hiding it, you're owning it completely. Don't hide behind anything. No blame shifting, no any of that. Don't want this false optimism thing and try to, get them to be optimistic too soon. Don't also ask for trust. Trust me, this is going to be the best thing. No. They had your trust, and that trust was broken. You can't ask for it. It's earned, and it's earned as it's reestablished. I don't believe trust can be repaired. Can it be rebuilt? Yeah, it's a big job, but it can be. So if there's been a shattering of trust within your company, within your organization, can you rebuild it? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. As I say, I was talking about the brick wall, brick by brick by brick. That's how it's built. Same way. If it's come down and you're looking at the rubble of bricks, then you look at the rubble of bricks and say, okay, you know what? I got to build this thing back up. And the only way to do it is how it went up the first time, brick by brick by brick. So I hope that helps. Follow for more.